drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. But it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey! Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and teddy pants less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we lay down our bets. No serious analysis, no expert critique, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. Sideline jokes and post-match tales, all the big goofs and epic fails. We're not so serious and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy! Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Wasted world of sports, here's to more cheers. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey! Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and teddy pants less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest with a laugh and a cheer. We lay down our bets, no serious analysis, no expert critique, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks.
Wasted Water Sports crew, ahoy! And welcome along as the Nations Championship continues here. The All Blacks back at it again. This time taking on Italy. Who have we got there in the chat room? Odd Poppet, ahoy mate. Welcome along, nice to see you as always. We've got Wakey NZ, who is at the stadium. Henry Stadium. And that's not Henry, H-E-N-R-Y, that's H-N-R-Y. I know this because they are my accountants. Just a nice little plug there for the services at Henry. Yes, not affiliated with this at all. Whoops. Okay, fantastic start there to the broadcast. Nearly dropping my drink everywhere. Wasted Water Sports live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Twitch. Welcome along. Thanks for joining me once again, as we do each and every weekend. I will also have on in the background on my phone the Dolphins taking on the Sharks, my Cronulla Sharks. But that's neither here nor there. Rex Jean, ahoy mate. As the team's going through the national anthems, kickoff moments away, but you would expect, and I am expecting, and this is a little bit insulting, I suppose. This is a little bit presumptuous, but I have obviously, as you can see down the bottom, loaded up on my same game multi with All Blacks. All Blacks out the wazoo. And just to boost the odds a wee bit, I have gone for Johnny Michael, ahoy mate. Oh, I haven't gone for John Michael in the same game multi. I don't think he's playing. But as you can see, I've loaded up on All Blacks for the same game multi. And just to boost the odds a bit, I've got separate play. Look, I actually think that Will Jordan playing on the wing today against Italy. Once again, I say this respectfully to Italy. Just try not to disrespect them as much as possible because they are a decent team. But I have this sneaky suspicion that Will Jordan might get a couple today. But in order to boost the odds, obviously we share it around and you put a few different try scorers in there. And especially with my go-to guys, Cody Taylor let me down last game. He's got to come through for me at some point, you would expect. Will that point beat tonight? Well, I hope so. Certainly, once again, very, very respectfully to Italy, this game is nowhere near as exciting, let's be honest, as it was last week against France. France are over here at the moment in Australia, ready to take on the Wallabies. That game coming up after this one, so it's all rugby union action tonight, and then potentially, depending on how I'm feeling, how the voice is holding up, we may do Ireland versus Japan. which is actually quite exciting to see how Japan will go. Can they continue their run of form? Odd Poppet, you have to support Italy as they are playing for the Northern Hemisphere. Totally understandable, Odd Poppet. Completely and totally understandable. This is, of course, the fun of the Nations Championship. They've turned this into North versus South. A concept that gets spoken about a fair bit, but has never actually been brought into fruition. And yeah, I mean, look, I hope that the tournament overall does extremely well. The teams finish with the national anthems ready to roll. So with my same game multi, Cody Taylor and Will Jordan, they're my go-tos each and every time. But I've also thrown in Cam Roigard. I mean, I made the mistake of leaving out Cam Roigard last week. That came back to haunt me, didn't it? So I've thrown him in this week. Watch him get no tries this week. And rounding it out, D-Mac, Damian McKenzie, the starting fullback today. Ready for the haka, led by Cody Taylor. And let's see what they pull out. Is it the traditional kamate or is it kapawango? I mean, it never used to be a question, did it? It always used to be the traditional one because there wasn't the other one. But we will see. I'm also looking forward. One of my favorite players, Wallace and Sititi. The starting number 6 for the All Blacks. Big fan. And I think that the impact that he adds is just going to be invaluable. Again, respectfully, not that this is the interesting thing about this game. We saw a very, very clunky New Zealand last week. So, Italy, this is a chance for them. And they'll see it as such. And if they don't see it as such, then they need to just re-examine their thinking. They have to come into this game thinking that the All Blacks are vulnerable, because they are. New coach, new team, some fresh faces out there. This is a real opportunity for Italy to at least put the scare into them. Mr. One Way, ahoy, mate. Oh, test match number 50 for Tyrel Lomax. Oh, maybe I should have gone Lomax for any time try. Game number 50. Odd Poppet, you only just remembered it's on normal TV. On normal TV there, just loading it up now. Fantastic. This is what's so good about this Nations Championship. It seems like there's at least a little bit of an attempt to get some exposure on the game. It seems to be on free-to-air television, or if not on free-to-air television, it seems to be accessible at least all over the world. Unlike the traditional tours, North and South, where you couldn't really tune in. Cheers for all the hearts over there in TikTok land. Much appreciated. Animal Crossing, A New Horizon. Ahoy, mates. What about Dolphins versus Sharks? Hey, what can I say when there's rugby union on? When there's a game of rugby union on, especially if it involves the All Blacks. I'm sorry, it's not even a contest. Referee Luc Ramos from France. He's ready to blow the whistle. Now, a couple of predictions for the game. Let's see if we agree. Italy with first points through a penalty goal. Italy first points, penalty goal, but New Zealand first try. Cody Taylor. off a line out. Just a few seconds away. All Blacks set to receive. Referee blows the whistle, and Italy send it deep into the 22. And they land it perfectly just outside. The All Blacks have a rolling maul. Italy pile in, try and keep this one up off the deck, and they do so successfully, but All Blacks now march forward. Oh, the rolling maul is set nicely, and this is something typical of South Africa, not something you would often see from the All Blacks as they maul it upfield from the kickoff. And it was nice progress up the field. Darry now carries into the ruck, and Roygaard can clear. The box kick sends it upfield. And it's 10 metres into the Italian half, and it's lost backwards there at the back. All Blacks march over the top of it, but Italy, they scramble back and secure possession. So they're 15 short of halfway here, the Italians. That was Messi at the back. Tommaso Allan, Italy's fullback. The box kick now from Vaa'i. Now Australians, you will see a familiar name in the Italian lineup. And I am, of course, talking about Lynagh. A very familiar name. As the box kick works out here for Italy, they have it back on halfway. And a nice sweeping backline movement for Garbisi. Goes to ground just inside the All Blacks half. Little grubber on the deck. Sits up for McKenzie at the back. And now D-Mac, oh, he had a little bit of space, but he slips. Gets up and goes again. And he's caught 20 metres short of halfway. Love sends it through the back line, out on that right edge. Taylor forms the protection over the ruck. All Blacks. Now they shift out to the left. Geordie Barrett goes to ground, but the Italian defence holding firm. Not committing to the ruck, keeping their numbers in the defensive line. Savia just short of halfway. Italy appealing for a penalty. Oh, they've knocked it on. Italy knock it on as they try and steal the ball away. So referee was fine with the attack at the ruck. The competition for the ball was fine. They just spilt it at the back. Barrett with a nice short ball. Read by the Italian defence, and it spills forward. Knock-on advantage was obviously over for the All Blacks, and counter-attack is on for Italy. Going straight through. Menicello sends it out to the right for Fussy. And back in field for Menicello. And Italy have scored first. Italy off a counter-attack down the right edge. And they score the first try 2.5 minutes into the contest. Tommaso Menicello. The All Blacks with the spilt ball. Referee had obviously played advantage for the earlier knock-on. And Italy immediately shifted from the left edge to the right. I'd love to know. Let's see the replay. I want to know who Menicello just burst through. Here we go. Menicello just goes straight through. A really poor attempted tackle. The support from Fassal. And Menicello back on the inside. Wow. This is a red-hot start for the Italians. Conversion attempt from 10 to the right of the post. He pops it over. And it's 7 points to 0, can you believe? Well, I did predict that Italy would get first points. Honest to God, I thought it would be from a penalty goal. And the weak attempted tackle. Oh, they're hiding that number for me. They're hiding that number. I've got a sneaky suspicion that it might have been Leroy Carter. They are hiding that number from me, not letting me see it. All Blacks go short with the restart. Geordie Barrett flies through the air to take it. Has that awoken the beast? Roygaard has it at the back, 22 metres out. Short ball for McKenzie. Roygaard now sends it out into midfield. There is the milestone man, Tyrel Lomax. Game number 50. Jacobson carries forward. Roygaard looking for quick ball. Didn't get it. Sititi out on the left. But they haven't made a lot of progress here. The Italian defence, Italy, they are not committing at ruck time. they're basically picking their moments as Billy Proctor carries it inside the 22. Italy, yes, they're keeping numbers out of the ruck. They're waiting for their moment. Really smart play as Lomax goes again, but still, the All Blacks on the 22. Sorry, I'm moving that logo around everywhere. Love with a beautiful short ball for Sititi. Pops it up for Carter. And Leroy. Carter 5 meters out from the line. Roygaard across the face of the defense to De Groot. Just to the left of the posts. They're going to stay down this left channel here. Roygaard fires the bullet out to the left edge. McKenzie pops it back in field, but he's in touch. He's got his flag up. And the Italian defense. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen too much of Italy. Even when I was covering the Six Nations, I generally... Oh, they've come back for a penalty. Referee was playing a long, long advantage. And he's come all the way back 25 meters out right in front. That was a long... Okay. So, we've seen the referee. Very short advantage played for knock-on. Okay, that's normal. You usually see short advantages when it's just a knock-on. That was an extremely long advantage, though. The All Blacks got that penalty advantage 25 meters out in front of the posts. They went through about 8 phases to get it within a meter of the line, and he's pulled it all the way back. Anyway, McKenzie finds touch, 5 out. Here's a chance for Cody Taylor. The throw is successful to the front of the line out. Knee crumbler, ahoy, mate. And the rolling maul is set. Cody's got it at the back. But Italy come through and defuse the situation. Oh, they've held it up and they've gone nowhere, really, the All Blacks. That maul has gone nowhere. Maybe because it collapsed illegally. Penalty advantage. Geordie Barrett's got it at the back. Well, I probably don't need to call him Geordie Barrett because he's the only Barrett out there tonight. We can't get confused. Just a couple of meters out now, the All Blacks revert to pick and goes. Down this left edge. 10 in from touch. De Groot burrows his way under. Oh, he's close here, De Groot. Millimeters short as the All Blacks look to strike back. Menoncello with the early try for Italy. The pick and go from Sam Darry. He's got to the line, has he? Sam Darry. The pick and go. And Darry scores. 7-5 kick to come. Malcolm, ahoy, mate. Sam Darry with the first try for the All Blacks. Well, oh, he's short there. He was nowhere near the line in the first instance. Italy then driving backwards. Well, we'll see. It's been awarded. Let's just say I'm not totally convinced about that. McKenzie's going to get this goal kick in. Italy race up too quickly. McKenzie converts. And it is 7-all. The All Blacks have hit back. So a couple of question marks. Oh, yes, he did get it there. He did get it to the line. They just showed a replay that clearly shows him getting the ball across the line. Italy, the kickoff goes out on the fall. Out on the fall from the kickoff. Garbisi apologizes to his teammates. Momentum has shifted well and truly all the way back to the All Blacks. But who'd have thought? I can just imagine people popping onto the stream 2.5 minutes in and seeing it 7-0 in favor of Italy. Must have just been mind-blowing. Scrum down on halfway. This is an area where Italy will certainly feel like they've got some advantage over the All Blacks, you would think, as Roygaard. Oh, he collapses immediately. Straight down, and we'll have a reset. Around the grounds, for those following along, the Cronulla Sharks have just scored the first try in their game against the Dolphins in the NRL. Oregon Kaufusi with the try. Right in front of the posts. So over there, 18 minutes into that game, it looks like the Sharks are about to lead 6-0 in the NRL. Michael, ahoy, mate. Oh, looking good, mate, with that green name and the badge next to you. Scrum down, and it sets. Roygaard with the feed. Free kick to the New Zealand All Blacks. They go quickly. Roygaard sends it out to the right edge. McKenzie bumps off one. Well, that's not something you see every day. Damien McKenzie bumping off defenders. And it was a forward as well. Love, no-look pass out the back for Barrett. Jordan, cut out to the left for Carter, who steps back in field. And he's well contained there by Faisal. De Groot, a settler, back towards midfield they go. Roygaard brings it back down the left edge for Jordan. Both of the wingers over here on the left edge. And a penalty to Italy. Holding on at ruck time. Fantastic work there. Menoncello. Not only does he get the first try, but he's now coming up with turnover penalties. Nominated for Six Nations Player of the Championship, and I can understand why. It's a one-man show at the moment for Italy. Certainly no fear or no aura from Menoncello. Knee Crumbler says McKenzie is a nuggety fella. He was an awesome combination with James Lowe. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, you think about rugby league as well, and like Alfie Langer, like going way back. Alfie Langer was one of those players. He used to bump guys off as well. Box kick here from Italy, sending it into the 22. It's a little too heavy. Oh, McKenzie spills it forward. Oh, D-Mac, what have you done? Not securing the possession. And it's on for Italy again here on the left edge. The All Blacks slide across and shut it down. Where's Menoncello? He's looking for a double. Does Italy have a penalty advantage now? Just to compound that mistake. A wraparound in midfield and space out on the right. It's a forward pass. It's a mile forward. Maori boy, ahoy, mate. They'll come back for the advantage. 7 points apiece. 13 minutes gone. Can you believe it? Damien McKenzie, he had an opportunity there. If he had taken that ball on the full, of course, he could have claimed the mark. As we got a little bit of time off now, Cody Taylor. Oh, he's lost a stud. Stud replacements for Cody Taylor. Gives us an opportunity to pour ourselves a fresh drink. Which is always a good moment. Still 6-0 over in the Rugby League for those following along. Around the grounds, Sharks over the Dolphins in the Battle of the Ocean. Oh, there we go. So 14.5 minutes gone. Oh, Celia Goodman, ahoy. I had the All Blacks. Well, I've still got the All Blacks winning this quite comfortably, but boy, they got an early wake up for early wake-up call. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy. As the scrum sets, Roy Guard has the feed. Free kick, Italy. The last one went to the All Blacks. This time goes against them. And Italy with the free kick right in front of the posts. Cannone carries it 5 meters out. Lined up to the left here, Italy. But back they come. The other Cannone, I'm assuming they're brothers. Unless Cannone is a name in Italy like Smith is over here, and there's just lots of them. 5 meters out from the line. Garbisi sends it right for Menoncello. 10 meters out on this right edge. Italy going through the phases here. Building nicely. Odd Poppet, your TV clock timer says 14. Bang on. A wraparound play, but a loose pass out the back. Italy have cleaned it up, but they've lost a little bit of yardage here. The All Blacks march over the top illegally, says the referee. And it's a penalty to Italy. So they put it in the corner. It's about 15 in from touch over on that left edge. The Cronulla Sharks have just scored again, by the way. The Cronulla Sharks have just come up with their second try, and they lead the Dolphins 10 points to 0 with the kick to come. Italy do put this into the corner. That side of the field, that's where they are. As we got time off, one of the Italian props down in back plate. Let's see, it's gone up to the bunker. That looks like a try, though, for the Sharks. As Riccioni back to his feet. The Wallabies taking on France coming up next. So the action doesn't stop anytime soon. Italy, they got themselves off to a red-hot start in this one. Tommaso Menoncello with the early try, 2.5 minutes in. Here they go again now. Attacking line out. Goes to the middle. Ball secured. And the early release goes out the back. The rolling ball is set. Italy are across the line. Can they get it to ground? They're celebrating. The referee has no idea. Oh, he's called it held up. Oh, he's called it held up. Now, the referee had absolutely no sight on that. He was behind the play. He should have been in front of it. The All Blacks go quickly with the goal line dropout. Italy are back, though. They take it on the full-on halfway. And Tommaso Allan can wind up. Takes the ruck 30 meters out, roughly, in midfield. But they're putting pressure on here. Italy. We did talk in the pregame about the All Blacks potentially being ripe for the pickings. But by God. Italy marching forward, 22 meters out. Clarence, ahoy mates. You've got a 16-leg multi for $2, $3 return. Oh, let's go with that one. Penalty here for Italy. The All Blacks offside. It's right out in front. 22 meters, bang in front. Surely they take the 3 here. Yes, they are. They're going to have the shot at 3. Put themselves ahead. I like this decision. Mr. Dalmo says Oz vs France will be an awesome game to watch. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Coming up next, I'll be covering the action. A very, very simple kick. Tommaso Allan makes no mistake. As you would expect, the penalty goal is successful, and it is 10 points to 7. Italy are leading the All Blacks. Around the grounds, 15 minutes to go in the opening half, and it's the Cronulla Sharks up 12 points to 0 over the Dolphins. And now the All Blacks have made a mistake from the kickoff. And it will be a scrum down for Italy on the halfway line. Things are going from bad to worse here for the All Blacks. They're offside from the kickoff. You just can't make mistakes like that. Haven Mohi says Mafia controlling this game. Malcolm says the crowd sounds real quiet in Wellington. Let's ask Wakey. Wakey's at the game. Francis Parker, my Kiwis aren't going to have it all their way, but I expect them to prevail. Yes, and remember, this is just the second test for the All Blacks of this season. So, yeah, they are a little bit shaky. A real opportunity. What an opportunity for Italy, though, to make some history. As the scrum down on halfway, the All Blacks collapse again. Referee lets it play on. Menicello pops it out the back. A nice wraparound there for Vaa'i. The little scrum half carries it 30 metres out from the line. Back into midfield. The All Blacks defence solid. Big Tupou Vaa'i with the hit. Welcome back, Tupou, by the way. Short Loin says just won $150 by Italy scoring 10 points in the first half. Nice one. Fantastic. I love hearing all about people winning their wages. The more we can take off the bookies, right? It's us versus them. And the more we can take away from them. Anyway, Tommaso Allan bobbles the ball, but he holds it. The All Blacks march over the top. Jacobson. Oh, it's illegal again. Hands on the deck. And it's a penalty to Italy. For the second time tonight, the All Blacks have walked over the top of the ball, but illegally. Hands in the ruck. You are, of course, allowed to just march over the top of the ball, but you cannot proceed to reach down as you're marching over the ball and whack it back with your hand, and that's what they did there, the All Blacks. They successfully walked over the top, but couldn't resist the urge to play it with the hands. Italy, fine touch inside the 22. This has been a dominant first half display so far. It's off the top of the line out, and out for Menicello in midfield. Pass is forward. Oh, we've got a penalty here to the All Blacks. One of the Italians down in back play. It's Menicello. He's all good. Having words there with Leroy Carter. So they were offside at the line out. Italy, with an attacking line out, got themselves offside. And that's pretty much unforgivable. Clarence, you need the All Blacks to win, plus the Sharks to win, and the Titans women's to win. And there's 6 out of 6. Well, I can tell you, around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks have just scored their third try. Nico Hines with the conversion attempt from out wide. Brings it back from right to left. It sweeps through the posts. And with 11 minutes 40 to go in the first half, Cronulla Sharks 18, Redcliffe Dolphins 0. Cody Taylor with the line-out throw on halfway. It's back for Roygard. And now Love turns it back inside. Carter pops it out the back for Roygard. They're keeping the ball alive here. And Cody Taylor rumbles forward, setting up their first ruck. And Sititi takes his eyes off the ball. Wallace and Gromit Sititi takes his eyes off the ball and spills it. A let-off here for Italy. And they hang in once again. Not just hang in. Oh, he heard the footsteps. One of the Italian forwards comes flying up out of the line, looking to put a big hit on. And Sititi heard the footsteps, saw him out of the corner of his eye. Yeah, actually, Odd Poppet, Old Panther was telling me a story the other night before the Origin stream about how he went on to a particular bookmaker, and I won't name the name, but he went on to a particular bookmaker and he didn't realize that he wasn't signed into his account. So he's jumped on and he's seen the odds for this particular bet that he wanted to lay down. And he's gone, oh, those are pretty juicy odds. And as soon as then he realized, oh, why can't I place this bet? Oh, I'm not logged in. As soon as he logged into his account, odds changed. So, yeah, it's real. They're tracking us, and we all might have slightly different odds on particular things. As now Italy come up with a spilt ball. One out from the ruck in midfield. No pressure on. And the ironic thing is, I do believe that that's old mate who forced the mistake on Sititi just before. Plus, I talk about it all the time with my cash-out offers. My cash-out offers are insulting, basically. I can be 3 legs out of a 4-leg multi up with 30 minutes left in the game, and they'll offer me like $15 because they know my betting history. They know if we give this guy too good an offer, he's going to take it. Oh, yes, everything's tracked, everything's watched. Anyway, let's not, let's not go down that road. Through the hands now, out to the right. Will Jordan stepping back in field. Savia cuts back in field. Taylor sends it through the hands. Italy look to drive over the top. Roygard sends it out the back for Lomax, the milestone man. The All Blacks have lost yardage, though. Back on halfway. Cody Taylor goes again. The Roygard for McKenzie up in the line, and Sititi down this left edge. Roygard back in field for Taylor. McKenzie. Huge cutout pass out to the right. Jacobson standing out there. And Jacobson runs over one. Pops it back for Roygard. Quick ruck ball. Love goes out the back, and Italy jam up and force the All Blacks back in field. Darry goes into play scrum half. Proctor comes back in field. 10 points to 7. Italy lead. Through the hands out to the right. They've spilt it there in midfield. Italy then knock it on. It's gone backwards initially off the All Blacks. Knocked on by Italy. And it will be a scrum down for the All Blacks. And I can tell you, around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks have just scored again. And they lead 22-0 with the kick to come. 22 points to 0. With the kick to come, Leroy Carter is down. And we'll have a quick break. Can the All Blacks wrestle this lead back? Odd Poppet says, man, you could place the exact same wager, but because you don't gamble, you would always get better odds. Yes, you have to start putting bets on for me. 24 points to 0, the Sharks leading the Dolphins. Boy, it's a massacre over there. A massacre in the ocean. The scrum. Binds in midfield. Everybody's back up and going again. It sets. Scrum holds firm, then collapses. Stalemate scenario at scrum time, but the All Blacks get the ball out. Mackenzie tripped up as they attack down the left edge. Roigard brings it out into midfield. Savia carries forward. Mackenzie steps off the left once, twice, and he's brought to ground inside the 22. Darry sets it up in midfield. 22 out now, the All Blacks. Numbers out to the right. It's popped back from De Groot to Tupou Vaa'i. 15 from the line. Cody Taylor into first receiver. Barrett goes to ground. They stay down the tram lines on the right. Sititi, 15 metres out. The ball thrown into the back of a lazy French defender, and it's a penalty to the All Blacks. Juan Ignacio Brix couldn't retreat in time, had the ball thrown straight into him. And it's an opportunity now. Oh, Leroy Carter calling for the sideline. Artie's. Okay, Artie Savea's just been called out. Now, before the offside against Italy, there was an infringement from the All Blacks. High contact in the clean out, and the penalty has gone to Italy. Cody Taylor with a clean out around the neck. The kick downfield doesn't find touch. Will Jordan does extremely well. Acrobatics there on the sideline to keep that ball in the field of play. Jacobson for Love, who goes short. Into midfield for Lomax. Brought to ground just inside the All Blacks half. Mackenzie will clear. A low, flat kick. Sits up in the 22. And Italy. Return serve. Can't put this one out on the full. Mackenzie attacks the ball. Has it 10 short of halfway. For Love in midfield. Now Jordan. Through the hands out to the left. Barrett puts a little grubber kick in behind the line. Oh, that's tapped forward there from Jordan to Carter. Back in field for Will Jordan. And the All Blacks have gone from halfway to score. I don't know about that. There might have been one or two cheeky little knock-ons in there. But at the moment, it's a try for Will Jordan. And we'll take it because that's a tink off the multi. Here we go. The kick was a little bit aimless from Italy. Mackenzie says we'll immediately go to the left edge. Geordie Barrett puts the little grubber kick in behind the Italian defensive line. Now, we just need to see who that ball deflects off. Who did that come off? Well, Damian McKenzie is racing through this conversion. They're not going to take any chances here. McKenzie converts. They're not even going to give the TMO a chance to intervene. This will be a very interesting replay. Beautiful kick from Geordie Barrett. And, oh, it's been batted forward by Leroy Carter himself. So there we go. The ball was batted forward by Leroy Carter himself. Oh, what? They're coming back. They are coming back for it. I didn't think they could do this. I thought once the conversion was done, I honestly thought once the conversion was done, it was locked in. They are checking this knock on. They have come back for it. Here we go. Leroy Carter now. He does bat. He bats the ball forward. Now, the question mark is, was he legitimately trying to catch that ball, or has he batted it forward? If he's batted it forward, you can't do that. It looks to me like he's tried to regather that. And then the Italian defender that's come flying through has put pay to that. This will be an interesting decision. And it looks like the try is standing. Cutie Dingo says, go Italy. The try stands. I think that's a fair call, honestly. It did look like he was trying to regather the ball. A legitimate attempt at it. He did not just swat it forward. Italy send the restart deep into the 22 for Proctor. Anyone remember Proctor from Police Academy? I might have to call Billy Proctor Police Academy now. Clint 007, ahoy, mate. Oh, I've got the Sharks on, don't you worry. I have the, I've got my phone here. If anyone has noticed, if anybody has noticed, I'm looking down a lot more often than normal tonight. It's because, penalty here for the All Blacks, Italy holding on at ruck time. If anyone notices I'm looking down a lot more than normal, it is because I do have that game on. Yeah, 24 points to 0, the Sharks over the Dolphins around the grounds in a ripping first half. But if anybody can lose a game of footy from 24 points to 0 in the second half, it will be my Cronulla Sharks. Henzi, ahoy, mate. All Blacks go short for Darry. And the rolling maul is set. 10 metres into the Italian half. Roygard brings it out for Sititi at first receiver. Barrett spins away from the first tackle. And he sets it up in midfield. Cutout pass out to the left. McKenzie puts a great step on. But still, yardage hard to come by here for the All Blacks. Love sends it out to Jacobson. Italy in from the side. Penalty. They got that one a little bit wrong. Couldn't resist the urge to just reach out and attack that ball. Francis Parker, ahoy, mates. Here in Christchurch, you're going to have a lasagna with a Central Otago Pinot Noir for your dinner. Nice. I'm not much of a wine guy, so I don't know if I said that correctly. Inside the 22, the All Blacks find touch. 7 minutes left to go until the break. And Darry can't control the line out, but it's lost forward by Italy. And Savia claims it. Oh, they've got him up off the deck. Got to get to ground here, Savia. They've done extremely well here, Italy. The maul collapses. Savia brings it back. But they'll come back for the knock-on against Italy. It'll be a scrum down as half-time at KO Stadium. The Sharks 24-0 over the Dolphins. Six minutes till the halftime break. What a performance this has been from Italy, though, huh? Chris Bradley, ahoy, mates. The Italians taking the fight to the All Blacks. Anyway, they can create a little bit of space here now. Scrum down. 15 in from touch. Roygard with the feed. Lined up to the left here. Scrum collapses again. Referee lets it go. Jordan fires a huge no-look pass over the top to the left. It's floated a mile forward. Scooped up by Morby, but big bad ads. Ahoy, mates. Alex Burton says Jordan scored, eh? Good lad. Robert M. Wallabies are on next. Wallabies taking on France as the Nations Championship continues. The All Blacks just still a little shaky. They had the wobbles against France last week. They've got the wobbles here against Italy. Scrum down, Italy in midfield. Oh, yes. For those following along with the NRL, don't you worry. 24 points to 0 at halftime is still plenty of time for the Dolphins to come back in. And as the All Blacks now with the illegal wheel, Italy get a penalty on the 22. Well, they've been very strong at scrum time. $14 points to 10, the All Blacks lead. But yes, Italy staying in the fight. Italy playing very well, yes. Let's see. Selva Thangamani. Italy playing very well. Will Jordan, the only tick off my multi so far. Chris Bradley, Wallabies taking on France straight after this game as Italy throw to the line out on halfway. And the Maul doesn't even get a chance to get started. Nice backline play here for Italy on the halfway line. Basal wrapping around. Setting it up in midfield. Riccioni, sorry. I knew it was one of the pastors. Oh, God, that was terrible, wasn't it? Solonu. Am I doing all the league tomorrow? Italy lose it forward. Ruben Love cleans it up. Counter-attack is on here for the All Blacks. Jacobson for Darry, wrapping around to the left. And Darry throws it over the head of everybody. He throws it into the front row in the stands. Trying to get that ball out quickly. And Faisal is down in back play. Clutching at his shoulder. Clint 007, you got Roygard and Jordan for doubles. Yeah, Cam Roygard, they're all over him tonight. They've obviously done their research, Italy, for this game. Cam Roygard has not been allowed the space around the rucks to run like he was against France. As Malik Faisal with the trainers in back play. $14 points to 10. What a first half. It's been surprising, really. I mean, I was torn in the pregame because I did say the All Blacks, they were a little bit shaky against France, so they are there for the pickings. But I still thought that they would win quite comfortably. I'm glad that this first half has actually lived up to some sort of contest. Italy doing extremely well here. And they're racing up and putting pressure on Ruben Love. Yes, he hasn't had any room to work whatsoever. Scrum down here for the All Blacks. Roygard sends it out into midfield. They're lined up to the left. Proctor. Burke McKenzie. The stutter step. Takes it up over halfway. Barrett goes into play scrum half. And now Sititi carries forward 10 metres into the Italian half. Love shuffles it on for Barrett. And big defence from Italy out there. Jordan steps around and creates space on the left edge. Proctor has to come back in field as Italy slide across and shut the room down. Roygaard thinks about going down the short side, sends it back in field for Lomax, who pops it up then for De Groot. Roygaard, short for Proctor. Penetrates the line, but he falls as he does it. And sets up the ruck on the 22. Jordan, cut out pass, and standing out on the left edge is Savir, I believe. And Artie got himself a little isolated, but the troops arrive in time. Darry carries forward. Into midfield. Time is up on the clock. Lomax from a standing start. Easily defended there from Italy. Darry has another go. They're inside the 22. But going nowhere fast. De Groot. And Tupou Vaa'i, who's been kind of quiet tonight. Driven back in the tackle. Love takes the line on. Nowhere to go. The Italian defense. See, they've been doing this all half, and it's very, very smart. They're not committing numbers to the ruck. They're just waiting for their opportunities. "22 metres out still. The All Blacks have gone nowhere. They've gone through 17 phases, and they're still on the 22-metre line. And now it's been intercepted by Italy. Jacobson looks to wrestle the ball away, but it's still there for the Italians. They'll clear it into touch and be very, very pleased with their first half performance. 14 points to 10, the All Blacks lead at the break. And it was a try that honestly could have gone either way. Still half-time around the grounds. Still half-time. 24 points to 0. The Sharks are leading the Dolphins in the NRL. Wow. What a first half performance by Italy. Yes, it was clunky again by the All Blacks, but they just haven't been given any room to work whatsoever. The defense has been racing up on Ruben Love. They've been coming in that triangle formation. Racing up quickly on the outside, forcing the All Blacks back in field. They've tried to take advantage of it a couple of times with high looping cutout passes over the top. A few times it's gone forward. And a couple of times that it has actually hit its mark. The Italian defense has slid across and scrambled across and covered it off. So they have to come up with a plan B here, because plan A certainly isn't working. I mean, yes, they are ahead, but that plan A is not working out. So yes, 24 points to 0 at halftime in favor of the Sharks over the Dolphins in the NRL around the grounds. Bollywood Legacy says, I knew it. New Zealand could get a comeback. They'll regroup at halftime, no doubt. They'll have a conversation. I mean, if we see these things, this is what I always say. If we see these things, just imagine all the little nuances that the coaches see. If we're noticing a thing or two, just imagine the list of things that they have. I'd have to say, Tupou Vaa'i back in the starting squad today. I've only said his name about 2 times. So he's been pretty quiet. They've been all over Ruben Love. Leroy Carter's been solid, but he ended up coming off the field. Josh Morby went on. Diamond Empire says something is wrong with Artie. He needs to come off. There's no gaps at the moment. Italy are playing very, very smart, not committing to. This has got nothing to do with Artie Salvia, by the way. This is just in general. It was very noticeable right from the kickoff. Italy not committing to the ruck, and the All Blacks are just not penetrating the line. They're not bending the line. They're not breaking the line on the rare occasion that they did. The triangle defense has forced the ball back in field to where the defenders are. They're doing extremely well here, Italy. They were on top for big portions of that first half. And 14 points to 10 at the break. The All Blacks got a 50-50 try. The reason I call it 50-50 is because it was one of those situations where you had to judge intent. Haven Mohi says Police Academy needs to be yanked. I love it. Police Academy is stuck just like that. Proctor. He has been quiet. Billy Proctor. I'm pretty sure it was him who missed the tackle on Menoncello for Italy's first try. And he hasn't really offered anything on attack, Proctor. So something must have happened to Leroy Carter that he's the one that got taken off. 31 minutes into the half, Leroy Carter got the hook and Josh Morby went on. I can only imagine that must have been injury forced. Who they got on the bench? They've got Takiaho on the bench. He's not going to come on and replace Proctor. George Bauer, Tosi, Josh Lord, Cortez. Okay, they've got Leonard Brown on the bench. Anton Leonard Brown might come on in the second half. Yeah, poor old Billy Proctor's not having the best night out. Selva Thangamani says Ruben Love might have to play fullback. Clarence Renata. This three-leg looking not too bad. John Ituali. All Blacks still adjusting. It's combination with new boys. All Blacks horsepower not fully powered up. Absolutely, and that was something that we talked about in the pregame. This is a big opportunity for Italy to make history. The All Blacks still adjusting to life under David Rennie. And you would have to say they've taken advantage of it so far. 14 points to 10, the All Blacks up at the halftime break. It's not the one-way massacre that a lot of us expected. Not just yet, anyway. Oh, there we go. Leroy Carter with a busted shoulder, as we just found out. That's why he came off the field. Phil Columbus on holiday, just tuned in, not missing much by the looks of it. Well, it's nice to be on holiday, Phil. But yeah, the All Blacks being tested here by Italy. Captain Awesome, ahoy mate, can we just not have any games in Wellington? You know what? There does seem to be a theme. There does seem to be a very noticeable theme. The All Blacks not traveling to Wellington. Like, yeah, history does sort of say, doesn't it, that when they have some dodgy games, Wellington doesn't have the greatest of memories. Oh, cheers, Odd Poppet. Beat me to it, mate. I was just about to pop in and do that. Second half underway in the Rugby League. 24 points to 0. The Sharks over the top of the Dolphins. I forgot to put Will Jordan's try up. Has Have the Wellington fans ever seen a good All Black game? Ooh, hang on. I might have an answer to that. Was it in Wellington? I've got a feeling it might have been Wellington that year that the Wallabies decided that they would completely insult the haka. And rather than front the haka, they decided to turn their backs and do like a little training drill, just passing the ball amongst each other while the All Blacks did the haka. And such was the disrespect in wet and windy conditions, they put 46-0 on them or something. I can't remember what the score was that day, but yeah, absolutely annihilated them. That was a pretty good game. I got a feeling that was in Wellington, but by God, if I have to go back that far into the memory banks, you know what I mean? If I have to dig that far into the memory resources, that's alarming. I feel like it might have also been Wellington. Was it Wellington when John Eales broke the hearts of the All Blacks and kicked that penalty goal 9 minutes into injury time to steal the Bledisloe Cup that year? Tarmac Tours says we killed the Lions in Wellington. There you go. Victory over the Lions in Wellington. Captain Awesome says John was my mortal enemy when I was 12. Yes. I think he was. I think for a lot of All Blacks supporters, he was enemy number one for a long period of time. I don't know about anybody else, but now it's like the All Blacks have been so dominant at Bledisloe Cup time. I mean, what's it been? 20-something years. 20-something years. Is anyone else kind of like... I know this... I should be ashamed for even thinking it, but should the Wallabies like not be competitive again? Do we just want the Wallabies to, for once, take that Bledisloe Cup just so that there's like something to play for again? I remember the competition. I used to look forward to it every single year. Every single year it was like, oh, Bledisloe Cup time. We've got to get it off these bastards. But now it's like, Bledisloe Cup time. Are we going to sweep this year or not? Oh, it was in Dunedin, the Johnny Else kick. Yeah, there you go. It was in Dunedin. Just make the Bledisloe Cup a one-off game. It's kind of like, this is kind of depressing to say, but I don't know if there's any cricket fans in the chat, but I remember back when I was a kid, and I'm aging myself here horribly, but I remember when I was a kid and the Frank Worrell Trophy was the big deal, like probably even bigger than the Ashes. Australia versus the West Indies. Australia was just starting to get really, really good and competitive at international cricket, and they started taking some wins off the West Indies. And it was a 5-test match series, the battle for cricket supremacy, Australia versus the West Indies. And now the West Indies have become such a shambles that Frank Worrell Trophy, they sometimes don't even play 3 tests anymore. I think some of the tours have dropped down to 2-test series. Like, that's how far the fall from grace has been. Comparing the two, that's kind of what the Bledisloe Cup's become. There could have been an argument for the Bledisloe Cup being so competitive, it could have extended to 5-game series. It would have been a little bit too much, yes, obviously, but the argument could have been made for it. But now it's like, yeah, maybe a one-off game is the way to go, because the Wallabies could shock the All Blacks in a one-off game, set up the ambush. I just can't picture the current modern day Wallabies pulling off a series win. I think that Bledisloe Cup is going to stay in New Zealand still for at least another 5 or 6 years. Muzzle flash, ahoy mate. How are you, buddy? Second half is underway in the Rugby League around the grounds. 7 minutes gone. And the Sharks are up 24 points to 0. No change to that scoreline from the halftime break. Cronulla Sharks. Looks like they're putting on a performance. Captain Awesome says Wallabies will win a World Cup before they win the Bledisloe back. My Como 8693 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. West Indies versus New Zealand, first T20. As the Sharks go back on the attack here, they could get first points of the second half. Anyways, Wasted Water Sports crew, I better have myself a quick break. Before the second half starts. I'll be right back. All Blacks leading 14 points to 10. Back right after this. That's the way, muzzle flash. That's what I like to hear. Everybody doing well. Anton Segner, All Black number 1237. Onto the ground he comes. Around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks. Leroy has just burst through on the left edge. And the Cronulla Sharks extend their lead. 28 points to 0 over the Dolphins with the kick to come. Second half is underway here. The All Blacks versus Italy. Second half off and running, and Italy will get first use of it. The Cronulla Sharks 28-0 with the kick to come. Box kick up to halfway. McKenzie sends it infield for Love. And Ruben Love finding some space for the first time tonight. And he's brought down 40 metres out from the Italian line. Back into midfield for Sititi. Lays it back. Roigard for McKenzie, and at first receiver. So some changes made for the All Blacks. We saw Anton Segner come on. And here he is with his first touch down the left edge. Taken a ground about 8 or so metres in from touch. Lachlan Toner, you've got Roigard to try, and the All Blacks 13 plus. Are you cooked? I wouldn't say cooked, but they certainly need to get their game on here in the second half as Jordan gets the hands free. Sends it on out to the left for Morby. Morby cuts back in field. Links up with Roigard. Roigard puts the step on, and Cam Roigard scores under the posts. What a start to the second half here for the All Blacks. Set up by Will Jordan down the left edge. Finished off by Cam Roigard under the posts. It's another tick off the multi. But Josh Morby, here he is with a 3-on-1, decides to cut back in field himself. Draws in the man at the back and puts Roigard in under the sticks. Whatever the halftime talk was, from Dave Rennie. It's done wonders. Conversion successful from right in front of the posts. Ruben Love pops it over. And it is 21 points to 0. Josh Morby. Fantastic stuff. Italy send the restart into the 22. And through the hands now, Savia. Sends it on to Segner. Roygaard. Flat ball is dropped by Sititi. The flat pass from Roygaard puts Sititi into space. And Wallace and Gromit Sititi can't hold on. Oh, he has not had a night to remember. Around the grounds, and I am not even kidding you, the Cronulla Sharks have just scored again. 34 points to 0 they lead. They have just broken out from their own end. Sofa Talakai with the bust up the middle. And with 28.5 minutes left to play, the Cronulla Sharks 34, the Dolphins 0 with the kick to come. It's been one-way traffic in the Battle of the Ocean. Who'd have thought? See, it was funny because when we were contemplating what games we were going to cover today, it was like, do we do All Blacks versus Italy, which is expected to be a massacre? No disrespect to Italy. We thought it was going to be lopsided. Or do we cover the Sharks-Dolphins game, which should be a good, tight, close contest? And ultimately, my love of rugby union, my love of the All Blacks, decided to do the All Blacks game anyway. Isn't it ironic that this game is the close, hard-fought contest and the Sharks are absolutely annihilating the Dolphins? In a roundabout way, we've ended up doing the right thing. Because we do, of course, normally cover the NRL, the Rugby League, except for situations where rugby union's on. Scrum down here. Sets 40 metres out from the line. And a free kick to Italy as it collapses again. They tap and go quickly. Staying down the right edge. Italy building nicely. Looking to get themselves back in this game. Still need Damien McKenzie. Still need Cody Taylor for my SGM. As straight through now goes Cannonoli. Laid back for Vaa'i. What are the Dolphins doing? I don't know. They're getting annihilated is what they are. 25 metres out from the line. Vaa'i digs it out. And Kanoni lurking around the ruck. Opportunity here for Italy. Half a gap opens up. The ball popped back up. And McKenzie comes forward to make the tackle. Or Ruben Love, my apologies. The pick and go from Lamato. 15 metres out. They're going through the phases here. 10 phases and counting. As they attack the left edge, the All Blacks defence is reset. And not committing at ruck time. 10 metres out from the line, just to the left of the posts. Love Lee says, I was in the pub when the All Blacks were doing the haka and it went silent. The respect was unreal. Out to the right side. Beautiful tackle from Morby. Taking down his opposite. Still there for Italy though. Pick and go. 5 metres out over on that right edge. Vaa'i looking for a runner. They're going to keep it in tight. Look to build the penalty advantage. Just a couple of metres out. The ball spills out the side of the ruck and the All Blacks dive on it. It's scooped up and turned over. A couple of metres out from their own line. Poor ball control for the Italians. And now Tupou Vaa'i sets it up on the 5 meter line. Roygaard controls it at the back. Look for the box kick. There it is. He sends it outside the 22. Doesn't find touch. So it's still here for Italy to counter-attack. Allan goes to ground. The All Blacks race up and they shut this one down. .32 meters out in midfield. The All Blacks jam up and force Italy back in field. Brex lays it back. I wonder if Cody Taylor's even still on the field. We're still 2 legs short. Stephen Nutt, ahoy mate. Keep doing the rugby, brother. We always focus on the rugby when it's on. That's for sure. As much as we love both codes, it's always been rugby union first. Cut out pass to the left. Creates space now for Menincello. Scored the first try, of course. A dangerous runner of the ball. Back into midfield. The All Blacks defending nicely. Oh, resisting the urge there to reach over was Darry. Italy look to kick over the top. It goes straight into the chest of Barrett, who kicks downfield. Chasing through is Morby. It bounces up for him on the chest. Morby taken down half a metre out. Quick ruck ball needed here. It's scooped up. Sititi fires an infield for Darry, looking for a second. Penalty advantage. Roygaard tries to burrow under for a double. Fresh penalty advantage now. Half a metre out the All Blacks. De Groot. Ethan De Groot barges over. Momentum takes him across the line. And it's a try for I am De Groot. 26-10. And they've opened them up now. The floodgates have well and truly opened. A try for I am De Groot. And it's 26-10 with the kick to come. Geordie Barrett was Italy. Were building nicely, but they put the ball on the boot. Didn't get the kick over the head of the All Blacks defence. It went straight into the chest of Geordie, who immediately put the kick downfield. Spotted nobody at the back. Ruben Love, or is it gone back to Mackenzie? No, it's Ruben Love. Pushes this conversion attempt out to the right. And it stays 26 points to 10. So tries for Darry, Will Jordan, Cam Roygaard, and Ethan De Groot. 26 points to 10. Cody Taylor's coming off the field. Well, there goes my multi. Oh, when will I learn? Cody Taylor. He did so well for me a couple of years ago. He was Mr. Consistency. But of course, what happens is the years go by and they change the way they play the game. The number of SGMs that I won back in the day by having Will Jordan and Cody Taylor, and they never let me down once. I made an absolute killing off him a few years ago, but of course, the game evolves, the way they play evolves. Cody Taylor's just not the man anymore for try-scoring opportunities as Italy spill it forward on halfway off the high ball. It's a knock-on advantage here for the All Blacks. Roygaard for Love, who puts the kick through, stabs it through in behind the line, but it sits up at the back for Italy. Knock-on advantage is over, and they have it 10 short of halfway. Vaa'i calling troops around to the open side just to stay down the short side. And the box kick clearance now from Vaa'i. 10 short of halfway. He sends it just outside the 22. Jordan fires it infield. And now Artie Savia shows it inside. Runs straight over the top of Garbisi. Segner burrows under for another 10 meters. Blinky timeout. Ahoy, mate. Age does catch up, yes. Absolutely, age catches up. Ruben Love wraps around the back, links up with Jordan on the left edge. Jordan fires it one-handed back infield for Barrett. Pops it up now for Morby. In space again. Draws in the man at the back, and Will Jordan has two. Will Jordan has a double. Oh, they are exploding now, the All Blacks. Jordan kept the ball alive when he went into contact, and he finishes off the play. 31 points to 10. The equal leading try scorer for the All Blacks. And it is a massacre now. Whatever the hell happened at the halftime break, that's what needs to happen moving forward. Caden Murphy, ahoy mate. Around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks have scored again as well at the exact same time. The exact same time that Will Jordan scored, Nico Hines has scored, and the Sharks lead 42 points to 0 as Ruben Love converts. And it is 33 points to 10. And we're going to have a look. The TMO has got involved here, and we are going to have a look at something. Oh, there's a headbutt. There is a headbutt from one of the Italian players. Nicolo Canoni has lashed out with the head at Cam Roigard, and this is going to be a red. I see red. Well, in fairness, he is trying to wrestle away from a defender that's holding on to him. Oh, it's a yellow card, and he's on report. That's the reason it's only a yellow card. Yes, exactly. He was held by a defender and he was trying to wrestle his way away. That's the reason it's only a yellow. Oh, the button. Ahoy, mate. You had an invite to go to the Finns game. You should have gone. It's hilarious. Game back underway. The kickoff inside the 22 for Savia. Roigard now out to the left. Barrett puts it on the boot again. Sits it in behind the defence. It doesn't sit up for McKenzie, though. And it's claimed by Garbisi, I believe, at the back for Italy. 42 points to 0 around the grounds. Sharks, well, if anybody could lose from 42 points to 0 up with 20 minutes to go, it'll be the Sharks. Box kick now from Vaa'i on halfway. Sends it back into the All Blacks half. Taken by Barrett. And Love now sends it on. Proctor. The ball's kept alive. Jordan beats one. And he's brought down back in field. 30 metres out from their own line here. AFBOCC, ahoy mate. All Blacks putting on a clinic here in the second half. Savia bumps off Vaa'i. 10 short of halfway. Reed Nichols, ahoy mate. Now, Proctor shows it on the outside and busts him up the middle. Draws in the fullback but passes off to nobody. And Italy dive on the loose ball. Penalty, though, to the All Blacks. I don't know what the penalty was for, to be perfectly honest. Oh, carrier holding on. Ball carrier holding on. And it's a penalty to the All Blacks. So a mixed bag of a night continues for Billy Proctor. Cut out pass to Will Jordan. Jordan for a hat trick. Will Jordan gets a third. The All Blacks went quick from the penalty. The cutout pass over the top to the right for Jordan unmarked, and he had the pace. William Jordan gets 3, and he is now the all-time leading try scorer for the All Blacks. 50 tries in 56 tests. William Jordan, take a bow. The record is broken. Geordie Barrett it was with the pass over the top on the chest of Jordan, unmarked on the right edge. gets 3 today. $38 points to 10. The kick to come. 5 in from touch. Ruben Love puts it down the middle. 40 points to 10. And yes, they are falling apart now. Italy, after such a tough fight in the first half, what happened? What in the hell happened to the Italians at the halftime break? And more importantly, what was in the pickle juice in the All Black sheds? Mr. George, ahoy, mate. Captain Morgan's is my go-to. Odd Poppet says whoever bet 13 plus to the All Blacks and Roygaard to score, I think they won that bet. It was pretty funny because when that person first popped on, Odd Poppet, you might remember, Roygaard scored the very next phase after they made that comment. So, yeah, pretty funny stuff. The Sharks winding up again. Sione Katoa in space. The Sharks have got 46. Cronulla Sharks score again. Around the grounds, they lead 46-0, kick to come. The box kick upfield. Well claimed at the back there by Italy. They still have 6 minutes to navigate with a man in the bin. It's there for Vaa'i at the back on halfway. And all that progress that they were making in the first half seems to have gone out the window here. Now, some space on the right edge. They've opened them up. Allan into the 22. Well brought down by Ruben Love. Quick ruck ball, though. All Blacks offside. Penalty advantage, surely. No call from the official just yet. Garbisi turns it to one of his big boppers. They're 15 metres out here, Italy. Can they strike back? Somebody's down in back play. It's a loose pass lost forward by Morby. And now space down the right. Brex pops the ball up for Mario. And Italy get their try. Beautiful work. Leonardo Marin. I may or may not have called him Mario, for which I apologize. Leonardo Marin. And I tell you what, play was allowed to go on here. There's somebody down on that on the 22. There is a player down injured on the 22, and that play just swept around him. $40 points to 15 with the kick to come. Garbisi from the sideline puts it down the middle. Conversion successful. And it is 40 points to 17, and we'll have time off while that player gets attended to. Nice of him to call time off now. So nice of him to call time off while the play's nowhere near him. They could have had guys running over his head, trampling him. Oh, there's a red card. That headbutt from earlier was under review. It has been upgraded to a red. That is the end of the night for Niccolo Cannoni. The yellow card has been upgraded to a red upon review for that headbutt. I called it a red at the time. Connor Stewart, ahoy mate. Who's my pick to win the NRL this year? Well, it's the Panthers. It's the Panthers to lose, surely. I'd have to say Panthers Roosters or Panthers Warriors grand final. Everybody else just making up the numbers at this point. $40 points to 17. We've got time off here for an injury. And yes, Canoni upgraded to a red card. Muzzle Flash says no more cannoli for Canoni. No more cannoli for Canoni. As it stands at the moment, the Barton will be joining us in studio tomorrow for the Titans vs Storm. What is it? It's 4:30 now. He's got about 24 hours. He's got about 24 hours to back out if he decides it's going to be a tough one. I'll lure him over here with Captain Morgan's. I'll dangle the carrot. So the Nations Championship 2026, the All Blacks, with this victory, will be sitting on top of the Southern Hemisphere table. And Wales at the moment. How about that? Wales at the moment sitting on top of the North. Screenshot that, Welsh supporters. I don't think it's going to stay that way. So, 3 tries tonight for Will Jordan. Mr. Reliable. Francis Parker says, I hate it when a player is red carded. You prefer it when a result isn't affected by ill discipline. Well, I mean, I'm afraid that that's up to the players. I think acts of foul play deserve to be punished. Otherwise, it'd just be a free-for-all. It'd be a prison riot if there was no consequence for ill discipline. So, as much as, as much as you do hate to see a game decided that way, it's up to the players at the end of the day to keep control of things. As we've got the Medicab out. The Medicab is out. I better stop the clock. So this is a pretty big injury. Connor Stewart says Dally M medalist prediction. Well, as long as he stays fit, Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary by a country mile. Odd Poppet, you could swim there in 24 hours if peers are involved, although I wouldn't advise it. A swim in 24 hours gets you over here quicker than most ships. So you're either a really strong swimmer or you're taking the absolute piss. I've got a feeling it's the latter. David Vaa'i. The All Blacks better not lose to 40 points to 17. Well, they certainly won't lose. I can't imagine Italy coming back from here. Muzzle Flash says, let's be honest, Italy wasn't coming back after the great second half start from the All Blacks. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Odd Poppet, you really like Captain Morgan's? I do as well, mate. I mean, it's my go-to. It is my drink of choice, as we all know. But would I swim 24 hours for it? No, I would walk 5 minutes down the road to the local bottle shop. Now, I understand it's not free if I walk down to the bottle shop. Oh, wow. Okay. Old mate's in a neck brace, strapped to the stretcher. Well, no, I probably wouldn't walk, actually. I'd probably call an Uber. Well, I wouldn't even call an Uber. I would just have it delivered. I'm just giving a comparison. Anyway, the Sharks have hit 50 around the grounds. The Cronulla Sharks have hit 50. So, no premiership for the Dolphins. Because we know the old rule, if you leak 50 points, you can't win the premiership. So that's the Dolphins' season done and dusted. They'll still make the finals, of course, but yeah, can't win the premiership now. History dictates you cannot concede 50 points and win the premiership. The Sharks have now just put 50 on the Dolphins. Anton Lienert-Brown on the field. Cortez Ratama on the field. So the All Blacks have taken the opportunity to put some replacements out on the field. A thumbs up from the Italian player who's just getting medicabbed off the park. Oh, All Blacks versus Ireland next week. Australia versus Italy. I'll tell you what, if Italy can perform how they did in this first half and do it for a full 80 minutes, they're a chance to knock off the Wallabies next week. Back underway. The kickoff deep into the 22. Italy have it. C1145. Is Mackenzie doing anything? You need him too. Box kick clearance here up towards halfway. Lost forward by Italy. Play on, says the referee. He's lost all control of this one. Counter-attack opportunity. Segner on for Morby. And Lienert-Brown now. As Segner goes in and cleans out. Morby into play scrum half. Buck Rogers. Cheers for the heart me, my friends. Love on halfway. The wraparound play out to the right. Oh, that's a poor pass. Down at the legs of Takiaho. He was not bending down, the big man. He let that one bounce up to him. Sets it up on the right side. Back into midfield now. Sititi out the back for Love, Mackenzie rather, who spills it backwards. And it's play on. All Blacks have it in midfield. Out to the left for Savia. Ratama sends it back infield. Darry carries to the halfway line. Staying down the short side. Quick hands in the tram line. Segner can't fight the arms free. Ratama digs it out. Still there for the All Blacks as they march into the Italian half. Love steps off the right, turns it back inside for Proctor, pops it up for Ratama. And Lienert-Brown puts the kick in over the top as they run out of options. And it sits up 5 meters out from the line. Italy, oh, they watched the ball. They watched the ball too long. And it's carried back in goal and grounded. That's really poor. The kick from Lienert-Brown. It sits up centimeters in the field of play. Marin was trying to shadow it into touch. "60 minutes gone. And a 5-meter scrum for the All Blacks. Guy, ahoy, mate. Oh, wait a minute. A goal line dropout. Okay, the bunker has intervened and overturned it and said goal line dropout. Larrens, ahoy, mate. Around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks have scored again. 58 points to 0 over the Dolphins. You can't believe it. Italy send the kickoff deep to Proctor. Fires it in field now. Savia sets it up. 30 metres out in midfield here, the All Blacks. Radama for Takiaho. Good carry forward. Takiaho takes it to the 22. But yeah, Guy joined this late in Tanzania. Who was red carded and who was carried off. So the red card went to Nicolo Canoni for Italy. And honestly, I didn't catch the name of the player who was taken off on the stretcher. As the ball now sits up for the All Blacks, it's been lost forward. Referee says no advantage. They'll come back. Nicholas Hines converts. And around the grounds, with 5 minutes left to play, the Cronulla Sharks 60. The Dolphins 0. 60 to 0. 40 points to 17 here. 18 minutes left to play. And we've got the Wallabies and France coming up next. 5-metre scrum for the All Blacks as they look to put more points on. A 5-minute scrum for Italy, sorry. Italy have the feed. 60 points to 0. Wow. I should skip streaming the Sharks games more often. Huh? All right. It's a quick break while there's scrum packs. Penalty at scrum time. Oh, it was the fullback. Thank you, JC3. So there you go. It was the fullback, Tommaso Allan, who was stretched off. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a big loss as well. Big loss because he was playing well. Italy fine touch, 10 short of halfway. As this game has really slowed down to a crawl with 17 minutes left to go. Takiaho goes to the front of the line out. It must have been a free kick. The All Blacks back on the attack. Radama goes short for Vaa'i. 40 metres out. Radama tries to dig it out. Italy in there illegally. Penalty advantage at ruck time. Oh, space to burn out on the right. Leonard Brown takes them on. Steps back in field. Can't break the tackle. Tosi on the 22. Still under penalty advantage here. Vaa'i out the back for Proctor. Quick hands now. Love to Jordan. Jordan holds the pass up nicely for Moresby. 5 metres out. Italy's defence holding on. Radama goes short. And Tupou Vaa'i, it's loose out the back of the ruck. Italy up quickly. Segner controls the loose ball. They go again. Takiaho tries to burrow under. Still 5 metres out from the line. Radama goes short for Sititi. And it's it's lost forward by the All Blacks. Oh, a super chat on YouTube. Who have we got there? Why can't I see the full name? I've got to be able to see the full name. Oh, it's Clint 007. Cheers, mate. Clint007 with the YouTube super chat. You put money on Sinner straight sets tonight after I said. Artie Savia leaves the field. 15 minutes left to play. Around the grounds, the Cronulla Sharks have scored again. Dizzy, the Egg Hazelton, busts them up the middle. McInnes draws in the man at the back. And the Sharks putting an absolute massacre on the Dolphins. Try confirmed. Wow. 64 points to 0 with the kick to come. Defensive scrum here for Italy. 5 out from their own line. Matty Colkin. The Wallabies are coming up next. 5:30. As this game really has dropped to an absolute crawl. Wow, 64 points to 0. So the Dolphins put the line through them. Put a line through the Dolphins. You can't win the premiership if you've conceded 50 points. As the scrum sets, defensive scrum here for Italy. 5 out from their own line. The ball goes out to Marin for the clearing kick. Finds touch, 10 short of halfway. All Blacks think about going quickly, but settle the play down with 14 minutes left. This is down to an absolute crawl. To the front of the lineup. Lord can't control it. It's there for Italy. They've stolen one. They keep it in tight. Nahi Gage says second time this year the Finns had 50 on them. There you go. So their season was already over. Kick over the top by Italy. Secured by Morby. Sends it in field. A bounce pass for Proctor. Leonard Brown on for Jordan. Already 3 tries tonight, Will Jordan. Could he get a fourth? Dave, 74 AU. Ahoy, mate. Kim Skis, ahoy. The rugby is on Stan Sport. Box kick from Radama. Lands it on halfway. Batted back by the All Blacks. Almost intercepted by Vaa'i. Lost forward. Knock on advantage here for the All Blacks. Counter attack is on out to the left. Mackenzie, the double pump, fires it out to the left. And well tackled on halfway. Takiaho tucks it under the shoulder, takes it forward. And Love puts the kick in over the top, finds space, bounces it into the 22. And it'll be a defensive line out here for Italy. 12 minutes left to play. Oh, the Barton says, does that mean their next season is over already? No, it doesn't carry over, I'm afraid. Oh, it was a 50-22. It was a 50-22, so the All Blacks get the line out. It's scrappy, though, and they can't secure the ball. Towed through by Italy. And Mackenzie's got it at the back now. Mackenzie steps back in field, and he's tackled on halfway. Again, Italy, as they have done all game, don't commit to the ruck. Bauer spills it forward. Menacheno kicks over the top, and it sits up in the 22. Tracking back for it is Morby, slips, gets up and goes again. Lays it back, still inside the 22, but it's there for the All Blacks. The final 10 minutes of the contest. As Ratama sends the box kick upfield. Doesn't find touch. It's taken by Italy. And they bring it back into the All Blacks territory. 40 points to 17 in favour of the All Blacks. The game firmly in control. Can Italy come away with some consolation points and some momentum for next week? Menicello holds the pass up nicely. Here's their opportunity. Vaa'i spills it. What's the referee say here? Oh, he says an illegal knockdown. Yellow card goes against Ruben Love. And Ruben Love, not for the first time this series, a yellow card. I believe that he's been deemed to have knocked that ball down illegally. Yep, slapping the ball down, not going for a genuine intercept. 10 in the bin for Ruben Love. Back-to-back games. Garbisi puts it into touch, and it will be an attacking line-out throw here for Italy. 5 meters out. Ruben Love appealing to the referee. No, it was a genuine attempt. 5 meters out, Italy with the line-out throw. Oh, wait a minute. We're having a look at something here. The TMO. The TMO. All right, so the TMO has got involved here. The ball was lost forward by Vaa'i first into the hands of Ruben Love. This is going to negate the yellow card. This might be the first time that I've ever seen a player given a yellow card now be called back onto the field. It was knocked on first by Vaa'i into the hand of Ruben Love, and we are going to see a yellow card overturned. I mean, if that's even possible. If that is even possible to overturn a yellow card decision. Clear knock on by Italy first, which negates the penalty. We come back for a knock on against Italy. Now does Ruben Love get to come back onto the field? Yes, he does. Well, Ruben Love comes charging back onto the field. Knocked on first by Italy into the hand of Ruben Love. Negates the yellow card. Well, I've seen everything now. I don't recall ever seeing that before. Ruben Love was given a yellow card for a deliberate knockdown. The TMO has intervened and said it was knocked on first by Italy into the hands of Ruben Love. The penalty is overturned. It's a knock on Italy, and Ruben Love gets called back onto the field, negating the yellow card. I have honestly now seen everything. It'll be a scrum down for the All Blacks. 9 minutes left to play. There you go. I have seen it all. Again, the All Black scrum collapses. They have been very, very shaky at scrum time. And talk about shaky. Wallace and Sititi with another knock on. It is about his 4th knock on tonight. Back in the starting lineup, and it has been a night to forget for Sititi. Lawrence Rose, you've got Ruben Love in a multi, still got a chance. Yes, indeed, he's back on the field. Oh, Sititi, one of my favourite players. Dear, oh dear. So, Italy are now back to 15. The red card period expires. And they have the attacking scrum. Big drive here from Italy. Big push. The All Blacks pop up. It's allowed to play on, though. The referee's had enough at scrum time. Nice short ball. Vaa'i. Tackled on the 22. All Blacks offside. Penalty advantage here for Italy. Manicello cuts back down to the right. Sends the ball over to the edge. Pop back in field. Morby comes away with it. So we'll come back. No advantage. All Blacks offside in the middle of the park. It'll be a penalty for Italy. Seven minutes left to play. 40 points to 17. Garbisi puts it into touch. 10 meters out from the line. Ride, 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 says Lucky last week and unimpressive this week. I fear for going to Bockland. Oh, God. I tell you what, there's something wrong with us if we're not scared going into Bockland. Holy hell. South Africa are just... South Africa at the moment are just the Panthers of rugby union. For those regular NRL followers on the channel that may not be familiar with rugby union, yeah, we're talking about South Africa right now. The Springboks, they are the Panthers of the rugby union world. 6 minutes left to play as that line out was scrappy, and it's batted straight back into touch. Takiaho now with the defensive throw. Batted back by Darry. Radama pops it up. And Morby secures the ball. 5 meters out from their own line here, the All Blacks. Ratama with the box kick. Charge down and into the dead ball line. The box kick charged down and it goes touching goal. A 22-meter restart here for the All Blacks. Oh, no. Bunker, not the bunker, TMO sends it back to the goal line. Goal line restart for the All Blacks. Ruben Love sends this one deep on the bounce to the halfway line. It's there for Italy. Clint 007, Wallabies taking on France, coming up next. And I tell you what, I reckon the Wallabies, I'm just going to go Wallabies for the Smoky. Kick in over the top, bounces in behind Ruben Love and into touch 5 meters out. It will be a defensive line-out throw here for the All Blacks with 5 minutes left to play. Yeah, honestly, I reckon the Wallabies might be a smoky for that one. Takiaho with the throw. And it's claimed at the middle of the line out. Ratama. Excuse me, sends it into midfield for Sititi. Holds on to the ball this time. Back into the end goal for Love to clear. And he sends it deep up towards halfway. Thinking about going quickly there, Lynagh, who's been very quiet tonight. Lewis Lynagh. He hasn't seen any space down this left edge. 4 minutes left to go. 40 points to 17. It's been, let's be honest, this has been a dire old finish to the game. Clint 007 says, any tips? What was it? Dougie the Pizza Boy? Does anyone remember those ads? Dougie the Pizza Boy was like, any tip? And it was like, something and be nice to your mother. I can't remember what that first line was, but it was something and be nice to your mother. 3 minutes left to go. The box kick from Vaa'i. Sends it into the 22. Lynagh goes up and competes for it. But it falls for Will Jordan. And now, Segner sets it up 30 meters out. Knock-on advantage is over. As Mackenzie has some space. On for Proctor. Leonard Brown through the hands out for Morby. Nowhere to go for the All Blacks, though. Work hard and be good to your mother. Thank you, Other Barton. Leonard Brown, 10 short of halfway. Oh, thanks, Google. There you go. Thanks, Google. See, I didn't have time to Google it. Takiaho pops it up now for Ruddimer. Ruddimer puts the goose step on, and he's brought down. 30 out from the line now. The ball spills out the side of the ruck. Play on. Italy have a chance to counter-attack. Here's Lynagh for the first time tonight. Oh, offsides. Back for a penalty to the All Blacks. Right out in front. Ruben Love will put this one into touch. And the All Blacks will go again inside the 22. Clarence Renata, you're going France, Dogs, Roosters, Ireland, and England. Line out secured by the All Blacks. Takiaho wraps around the back and takes it 10 meters out from the line. Ruddimer goes infield, right in front of the post now, 5 out. They go again. Bauer. Or Tossie it was, sorry. Now, numbers left. Jordan spills the ball. Oh, play on, says the referee. Okay. I feel like Jordan knocked that forward. But it's play on. Here come the All Blacks again. Love goes out the back for Proctor. Switches direction now. Heading back to the left. And Police Academy tackle 10 meters out. Lord tries to burrow under. Leonard Brown, 30 seconds left. Francis Parker says, my All Blacks have plenty of work to do, but there's nothing like a trip to South Africa to bring out the best in developing a squad. And by the way, how nice is it going to be to see a good old-fashioned traditional tour? We haven't seen that for a long while. Sititi goes into play scrum half. And Segner sets it up. The siren sounds. Tosi, 5 meters out. The ball spills out the back for Ruddimer. Sititi. Well handled, 10 meters out from the line. Proctor steps back in field. Italy look to get hands on, but can't. Leonard Brown, 5 out from the line now. Charging forward. They stay down the tram lines on their short side. Takiaho goes close. The ball pops up and into the hands of Tupou Vaa'i. And they finish with a try in the corner. It was a quiet end. It was a quiet finish to the game. But over they go to put the stamp of authority on the second half. Victory for the All Blacks. 45 points to 17, and a quiet game from Tupou ends with a try. Conversion attempt from out wide. Ruben Love. 5 in from touch. The final play of the game, Ruben Love puts it down the middle. 47 points to 17. The All Blacks finish with a comfortable victory. But that first half was fantastic. Got to say, the second half, let's be honest, second half was a little bit dull. That first half, though, was amazing. 47 points to 17. A tough and gritty first half ends up in a blowout. The All Blacks get the job done here by 30 points. And yes, whoever it was that had All Blacks 13 plus or 15 plus, whatever it was, and Cam Roygaard to score, congratulations. Successful. All right, Waste to Water Sports crew, thank you so much for joining us for this one. Wallabies versus France coming up in about 15 minutes' time. So, if you're interested in that game, do feel free to stick around because that one will be coming up straight after this. The Wallabies taking on Ireland. So, we'll catch you over there on that one. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time. The All Blacks taking on Ireland next week. But Wallabies versus France coming up next. Feel free to stick around and stay with us for that one on the Waste of World of Sports. Because, we'll be right back. All Blacks too strong here. 47 points to 17 over Italy. Plenty more action still to come today